Welcome back, everyone. I'm Robin from This Blog's Neat, and I'm going to try to make this video very quick and unedited because I am sure that you have already seen other people taste the Shakara 12-year-old. That's what I'm tasting today. So I will give you like the cliff notes if you haven't watched anyone else's videos on what the Shakara 12-year-old is, but this is a Thai rum, so it's from Thailand. It's made from locally grown Thai molasses, and it's column distilled by one distillery. Now, I don't know what distillery it is, but I do know that they're located in the central province of Nakhon Pathom. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it's aged for 12 years tropically in ex-bourbon barrels. So that means it's aged entirely in Thailand. It's hot there. I don't know if you've ever been. I have, and it is hot and humid. So yeah, very, very tropical. So tropically aged. Now, this is bottled by Velier, so there's no color added, no sugar added, nothing. It's unadulterated, and it's bottled at 45.7% ABV. They just released it. This is their first edition. And yeah, as I said, it's bottled by Velier, released under Velier. So yeah, let's dive right in. Now, it's tropically aged. It's got nice color to it. I don't know. I'd call that like a nice, just like solid copper color, right? And on the nose, it's like really nice. It's got a lot of caramel. There's some citrus. I'd say it's more of like a general citrusy thing. Yeah, like I want to pinpoint like orange, like a sweet orange oil, but it's kind of hopping around between like orange, lime, lemon, like honestly. There's a nutty thing in here too, but again, it's still like that caramel thing's coming forward. So like it's almost like honey roasted nuts. Okay. That kind of goes away, and then I get this, it's going to sound bad, like a coconut sunscreen thing, but it's like sweet coconut. But yeah, like I've experienced that like artificial coconut aroma. And I feel like I most often come across that in sunscreens. Okay, so we're back to the sweet nuts, and I think it's like a marzipan thing. Butterscotch. Yeah, this smells nice. It's not super pungent on the nose. It just smells like a nice molasses based rum. So yeah, let's go in for a sip. I usually edit out my sips, so now you guys get to see exactly how long I actually keep the sip in my mouth. Oh, nice salivating. Okay, so the first thing I get is like syrupy prunes, which is really nice. There's a lot more spice that comes forward, like a lot more cloves. I'd say there's also a cinnamon thing in here, but it's like a sweet cinnamon that I've come across in like cinnamon raisin bread. So if you were to just like, take out the inside of that swirl, a little bit of raisins in there too, but yeah, the inside of that swirl, which I'm sure is just like cinnamon and sugar. But yeah. Yeah. When I go back to the nose, again, this is going to sound bad, but there's like this wood glue, a little bit of wood glue. And I do just get like that kind of like toasted oak character, but it's damp. Yeah. I'd say now maybe a little bit of the orange is the predominant citrus that I'm getting. There's also vanilla and some bubble gum. And now we're like back to that coconut sunscreen, but let's go in for another sip. That sip was a little bit more of the dark flavors came forward. I did forget to touch on the mouthfeel, which is very important to me. I don't know. Doesn't everyone enjoy like a really silky mouthfeel? This is a little bit thin, and I think that it is due to like a slight bit of like, I don't want to say a tannic aspect of it, but it does seem like there's a little bit of just a hint of a drying quality. And I've had some spirits before, mainly when I'm oak infusing spirits and I'm trying to get them to that right point during the process where they've kind of extracted a lot of those tannins, and that's almost pulling away from that buildup of like a creamy, viscous mouthfeel. And I think that's a little bit what's happening here. I think there's, hi Sally. I think there's just, a little bit of this drying quality. And I think that pulls away slightly from building up this creamy texture. Now it is at 45.7% ABV. I don't know. I've had some spirits that are in the mid 40s that do have this nice viscous mouthfeel. So I would kind of hope for that, but it's all right. I mean, it's still really delicious. But anyways, the second sip did give me a little bit more of these darker flavors. Like I'm getting like a black tea thing as well. There's still some of that sweetness there. And on the second sip, I'm getting a little bit more of the nuttiness as well. It's almost like toasted pine nuts that you took like a little bit too far, that are coated in, it's not quite a caramel, but maybe more of like a toffee, but like a dark toffee. So maybe everything's just like taken a little bit farther than you would normally, right? Like toasted a little bit farther than would be ideal. But it's really enjoyable. This isn't a punch you in the face high ester rum by any means. But also, I believe the price isn't too bad for this either. I've heard some say it's like 40 to 50, somewhere in that range for something that's 12 years. And just, it's tasty. It's nice, tasty. I don't want to say easy drinking because I kind of hate saying that. but it is like an easy thing to sip on. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. If you've tried this, let me know in the comments below. I have posted my tasting notes over on Patreon, so if you are one of my Patreons, you've seen that. And I do want to give a huge shout out to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for helping to support the channel. And if you, the viewer, would also like to support the channel, do the YouTube things, or you can join us over on Patreon and you can see what I'm actually currently working on right now. I'm deep in papers, reading scientific articles right now, and I needed a little break, so I had some rum. But anyways, yeah, let me know in the comments if you've tried the Shakara 12-year-old and what you thought of it, or if you've tried any other rums from Thailand and what you've thought of those.